There is a secret that the most powerful people in this world carry silently inside them. It is not money, it is not status, it is not intelligence the way most people define it. It is something far older, far deeper, far more dangerous. And if you stay with me through the next 50 minutes, you will understand what separates those who quietly shape the world from those who are endlessly shaped by it. Most people walk through life never knowing this secret exists. They feel everything deeply, they react to everything instantly. They wonder why their days feel like storms they cannot escape. But there are others, you have seen them. They move differently, they speak differently, they seem to carry something invisible around them like armor. Nothing shakes them, nothing breaks them open in public, nothing steals their calm. Who are these people? What do they know that you do not? Lean in close, because what I am about to tell you changes everything. Let me shatter a myth that most people have believed their entire lives. They think the strongest among us feel nothing. They picture emotionless faces, cold eyes, unreadable expressions, and they think that is what power looks like. But that picture is a lie. The truly powerful are not empty. They are full of feeling, full of sensation, full of everything life has thrown at them. The difference is not what they feel. The difference is what they do with what they feel. There is a momenta, tiny invisible moment that happens inside every single human being when something triggers them. In that moment, something ancient and primal screams inside you. It says react, it says explode, it says defend yourself right now. And most people obey that scream without even knowing they heard it. But the rare ones, the ones who move through life like quiet forces of nature, they have learned to hear that scream and smile at it and wait. They have learned that every emotion is a message written in a language most people never bother to learn. Anger is not just heat rising in your chest. It is a signal something somewhere has crossed a line that matters to you, and your mind wants you to know it. Anxiety is not just trembling and breathless nights. It is your brilliant mind scanning the horizon, trying to protect you from something it has predicted before it even arrives. Sadness is not weakness seeping through the cracks. It is proof that something mattered, that something was real enough to leave a wound. These emotions are not enemies. They are messengers carrying urgent letters, and the wise person does not shoot the messenger. They read the letter first. They pause inside the storm and they ask one question, just one question that most people never think to ask. What is this emotion trying to tell me right now? That question is a doorway, and on the other side of that doorway is a kind of power most people never discover in an entire lifetime. Now I want to tell you about the most dangerous and most underestimated power in the human universe. It is not wealth, it is not speed, it is not brilliance. It is the pause. 5 seconds. Just 5 seconds between what happens to you and what you do about it. Most people think 5 seconds is nothing, a blink, a breath, irrelevant. But those 5 seconds are the entire battleground of your life. In those 5 seconds, your brain has a choice. It can stay inside the ancient fire of the emotional brain, where everything feels like an emergency, where your vision narrows to a single point, where you say things you cannot take back and do things you will replay at 3 in the morning for years. Or it can climb towards something higher, something that can see the whole landscape, something that can ask the questions the emotional mind cannot form. Most people have never made that climb because nobody told them it was possible. Nobody told them that between the trigger and the explosion there exists a sacred silent Space where you get to choose, and that space can be trained, stretched, made wider with every breath you take inside it. Think about the last time you said something in anger that broke something, a relationship, a reputation, a moment of trust that never fully returned. What if you had 5 seconds more? Think about the last time panic hijacked your voice and your hands trembled and your words came out wrong. What if you had 5 seconds more? This is not a theory. This is how the architecture of the human brain works. When you feel triggered, something fires in the oldest part of your brain, the part that kept your ancestors alive in the dark, and it moves faster than thought, faster than reason. But here is what that ancient part of your brain cannot survive: a breath, a count, a silent, deliberate pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the distance between the life you have been living and the life that is possible. Now I am going to tell you something that may feel like a cold knife at first, but stay with it, because on the other side of this truth is a freedom you have never tasted. Almost nothing that has ever been said to you was actually about you. Read that again and let it land somewhere deep. The person who insulted you in front of everyone, they were not showing you who you are. They were showing you where their wounds live. The person who ignored you did not ignore you because you are invisible. They ignored you because something in their own world had consumed them entirely. The person who criticized everything you did was not describing your limitations. They were describing the noise in their own head. Most people spend enormous amounts of their life force trying to solve a mystery that does not exist. They wonder what they did wrong. They replay the conversation, searching for the moment they failed. They adjust themselves, trying to fit into a shape someone else drew for them, and all the while the other person has moved on, is thinking about their own fears, their own regrets, their own darkness. When you understand this, really feel it in your bones, something remarkable happens. You stop bleeding where other people did not even know they cut you. You stop carrying the weight of other people's bad days as if they were judgments handed down on you. Specifically, you begin to see human behavior for what it usually is: people acting from their wounds, from their fear, from their hunger, from their pain, and you develop something ancient cultures called equanimity, a stillness that is not coldness, a groundedness that is not distance, a peace that is not indifference. You can care deeply about people and still not be destroyed by what they do. That is not detachment. That is mastery. Here is the mystery at the center of everything. Your emotions do not come from what happens to you. They come from the story your mind tells about what happens to you too. People receive the same silence from someone they messaged. One mind tells itself, they hate me, they are angry, I did something wrong, I am always doing something wrong, and that person spirals into a night they cannot escape. The other mind tells itself, they are probably busy, life gets loud for everyone, sometimes I will hear from them soon, and that person makes tea and sleeps like stone. The silence was identical, the event was the same, but the story was different, and the story created an entirely different reality. The powerful ones know this. They watch their own mind the way a scientist watches an experiment, not caught inside the reaction, but slightly above it, curious about it, unafraid to question it, and they have learned to ask the one question that dissolves 1,000 unnecessary storms: is this thought actually true, or is this just a story? My frightened mind has written because stories feel safer than uncertainty. That question is like a lantern in a very dark room. The Mind is capable of breathtaking deception. It will convince you of catastrophes that never arrive. It will paint futures. Black with paint that belongs to the past, it will take the tiniest signal and build a monument of suffering out of it. The observer inside you, part that can watch the thought rather than become the thought, that is where your real power lies, and you can learn to live there more and more until the stories lose their grip on you and you begin to see clearly. People look at someone who is calm under fire and they think that person was born that way. That person has a different nervous system. That person has never really suffered, and they are wrong every single time. Calmness is not a gift that arrives with some people and skips others. Calmness is a discipline built in small and visible moments long before the crisis arrives. It is built in the breath you take before you answer. When answering fast would feel so much more satisfying, it is built in the silence you choose when every nerve in your body is screaming for you to argue back. It is built in the moment you walk away from something that is trying to pull you under, not because you are weak, but because you are absolutely certain that what waits on the other side of that door is not worth your peace. The powerful ones have learned something that most people resist with their entire being. Not every war deserves your presence. Not every fire is yours to extinguish. Not every comment about you is a court summons you must answer. You have the right to let something pass, the right to stay inside your silence like a house with the lights off, the right to choose what enters your mind and what does not. And they protect that right ferociously, not with loudness, with extraordinary quiet. They breathe when others explode. They go still when others spin faster. They remove themselves from poisons before the damage is done, and every single time they do this, they are training something, deepening something, building something that no external force can take from them. The architecture of their calm grows stronger every time they choose it, and one day, not all at once, but one day they realize they have become someone that chaos simply cannot reach. Now we arrive at the part that separates those who merely survive from those who become something remarkable through their suffering life. We'll test you, and I do not say this lightly as a motivational formality. I say it because it is the one certainty. In an uncertain universe, the losses will come, the rejection will come, the moment where everything you built with your hands falls apart and your hands will come. And in that moment, there is only one question that matters most. People ask, why is this happening? To me, that question is a prison. It has 4 walls and no windows. And every time you ask it, you step deeper inside. But the rare ones, the ones who seem to emerge from their darkest periods brighter rather than smaller, they ask a different question entirely. What is this teaching me? That shift is not denial. It is not the forced happiness of someone pretending not to feel pain. It is something far more sophisticated. It is the decision to be the meaning maker rather than the victim of meaninglessness. Pain has no meaning on its own. It is raw material, like stone pulled from the earthen, formed and heavy. But the ones who ask, what is this teaching me? They are sculptors. They take what broke them and they find inside it the exact contour of something they needed. To become, their patience was forged in waiting. Their empathy was forged in their own dark hours. Their wisdom was made in the fires that almost unmade them. And there is a particular quality these people carry that is unmistakable when you encounter. It is a kind of luminous groundedness, a sense that they have been somewhere most people have not been, and they came back with something. That something is what the world calls resilience, but what it actually ices the scar tissue of someone who chose to keep going and found that the going made them stronger than they ever would have been without the wound. There is a shadow law that governs emotional life, and almost no one speaks about it. Openly, you are being shaped right now in this moment by everything around you, voices you let into your mind every morning before you have even fully arrived in the day, the people you sit across from at meals, the arguments you scroll past that plant their seeds without your permission, the energy of every room you walk into and stay inside, all of it is writing on you without a pen, without your awareness, without your consent. The powerful ones understand this with a gravity most people never feel, and so they become architects of their own environment. With unusual deliberateness, they choose their closest circle, the way you would choose the crew for an expedition into unmapped territory, because in unmapped territory, the person beside you is not just company, they are part of the difference between arriving and not arriving. They are careful about what they feed their attention because they know that attention is not passive. Attention is a creative force. What you look at long enough, you begin to become. They leave certain rooms not with drama, not with explanations, but with the quiet certainty of someone who knows exactly how much their inner world is worth and will not let it be cheapened. If you have ever felt your mind growing quieter and sharper after you distanced yourself from something toxic, you have already felt this law working. And if you have ever felt yourself slowly becoming anxious or bitter or cynical without quite knowing why, look at what you have been surrounded by, because it is shaping you whether you gave it permission or not. The environment is not passive, it is always speaking, always reaching in, always forming, and the question is simply, who is designing it? I want to speak now about the hardest part of all of this, the part that no insight or understanding can replace, the part that only you can build alone in the moments when no one is watching and the emotion is loudest. Self-discipline in the realm of emotion is not about being robotic. It is not about cutting yourself off from the full warmth and depth of being human. It is about something profoundly more demanding than that. It is doing the right thing when the wrong thing is screaming at you from inside your own chest, staying quiet when the anger has your voice in its hands, staying focused when the boredom wants to swallow your purpose whole, staying kind when the hurt wants you to wound back. Anyone can act on an emotion that requires nothing. Emotion does the work and you just follow, but to feel the full force of something and still choose, that is power in its most ancient and most earned form. And here is what they know that most people have not yet discovered. Every single time you do not follow the impulse, something in you grows stronger, not louder, stronger. It is like building a muscle that nobody can see, but everyone eventually feels. The person who has done this for months and years carries a solidity that has no name, but you feel it immediately when you are near them. They are not unmoved, they are simply unmovable, and that is an entirely different thing.